Hi, it's me again for the last time, unfortunately, for this cast experience. So this is gonna be my final reflection for varsity rugby as a cast experience, uh, because I mean it's basically CSAC right now. We're Sunday, January the 27th. The guys are I wasn't selected, like I said before, and the guys are coming back tonight pretty late. Yeah, this is gonna be my final reflection for varsity rugby. Before I start, I just want to say, thank you from the bottom of my heart to Coach Nathan, who's helped us throughout this entire journey. My team, uh, everybody in varsity rugby who've helped me both push myself physically and reinforce my mental status in terms of believing in myself and things like that. But I especially want to thank Coach Jared because I remember about a year and a half ago when I started when I did rugby for the first time on for Lazy Sunday. Coach Jared told me that he never thought I'd actually make it into varsity rugby, and when I did, it wasn't just a proud moment for myself. He said he was also proud of me of the physical and mental sort of achievements I've accomplished, what I've done for myself, the things I've done for the team. So he's really helped me a lot, you know, with regards to my self confidence and my self esteem, and just generally coaching me and us every Wednesday and Friday and on lazy Sundays, and it's truly something I'll cherish in my heart for the rest of my life. I'll definitely be joining CSEC. I'll definitely be joining rugby next year. There's no doubt in my mind about it, um, and I'm really looking forward to it. Um, just to learn more, to have more games, and to play the sport that you know I love. So just before starting, I just want to say thank you, Coach Jared Kapkunka, from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate everything you've done for me, and it really means a lot to me that that you believed in me. Um, so yeah. Anyway, let's get to CAS because it's what it is. So there are three learning outcomes for this. It's identifying my own strengths and develop areas for growth, show commitment to and perseverance in a CAS experience, and demonstrate the skills and recognize the benefits of working collaboratively. So I'll start with strengths and improvements. So I would say that before my strengths would be that I am somewhat resilient, and I think that really shows throughout. For example, that year and a half ago, for my first time doing Lazy Sunday, and then sort of working towards eating better and then working out. I think that really highlights my resilience, and also endurance running because I was in cross country before. So I think that sort of applying that same mentality of keep going, don't stop from cross country and applying it to rugby, though it was really difficult. I think that was a strength that I carried on. Areas for growth. I mean, really, any time someone does a new sport, there's always going to be something. There's always they're basically going to have everything to work on: passing, catching. Excuse me, passing, catching, rucking, uh, sprinting. Sprinting was a big one for me because I always found myself being slower than everybody else. Tackling is a big one too. Getting the right form under pressure. Also analyzing games under pressure, knowing what to do, where to pass, draw and pass. So really everything basically. But I think like I talked about in my other cast reflections, the big thing for me is committing to that tackle and really being fearless and ruthless. Uh, because I'm kind of scared for myself, but there's always going to be this sort of lingering thought of, oh, I don't want to hurt anybody, right? When at the end of the day, we all sign on to this sport to be hurt and to hurt other people. Well, yeah, that's putting it vaguely, but th- I mean, we all sign up for it. We all want to take out our frustrations. We all want to, everybody goes for that tackle, but I always have that sort of residual fear that, okay, I might hurt myself, but I don't want to hurt that other person. But I need to, because if I don't commit to the tackle, we might concede a try or get hurt ourselves because of the pressure and things like that. So yeah, there's definitely room for improvement in that aspect. Next one is commitment and perseverance in cast experiences. Well, Oh well, Coach Jared can attest this, but I've never missed a single. Well, missed. I've been to every single varsity practice session because I understand that in order to improve, you have to put in the practice and the hard work to do that. And I've also been to every lazy Sunday I could possibly go to. So again, I'm trying to take every single opportunity I can to actually learn more about the sport, how to play it, and how to work on and how to make decisions, quick and effective decisions under pressure. And the only way I can do that is by going to practice. I've also been watching a lot of rugby games in YouTube videos because those have helped me see like analyzing plays, seeing fouls if the ref doesn't call them and things like that. So just understanding the game better. So it's not just about practicing and working out in rugby. You have to put in the effort outside of rugby as well. So watching those videos, doing things by yourself, working out or practicing your passing with someone else outside of rugby time. So. And I think I've done all those things really. So I think that I can, check that one off. And the last one is demonstrate the skills and recognize the benefits of working collaboratively. Rugby is not an individual game. It's probably one of the most intensive team sports out there, in the sense that you have to be able to count on your teammates as well as yourself, but your teammates first and foremost. Because if you don't trust your teammates, how can you? Wait, actually, no, I'm getting that wrong. You have to be able to trust your teammates for them to trust you. So if there's not that synergy between people, then you're not going to have a good team dynamic. And if you don't have a good team dynamic, you're not going to do very well in games. And also especially because of support play. Even if, for example, you see that your teammate is going to score a try, right? It's like he's maybe 10 or 5 meters from the try line, but there's always going to be, a guy on the opposition running for him. And even though he's going to score the try, you have to keep running for that support play because you never know what might happen. So there's always, support playing is extremely important. It's probably the main way people score tries, through offloading, for example. Rucking, really support and helping each other as a team is fundamental to rugby. It's just, there's really no other way to put it. So collaborating is collaborating is the best way to put it, because we're all working together, and the more we play games together and the more we practice together, the more we understand what each of us are good at, what each of us can do, and especially our abilities when we're in game. Since we already know all that, we can act upon that. And the more we play together, the more unconsciously we can act upon that and make better and better decisions. So it all sort of adds up onto each other in terms of team play, in terms of how well we play together. So it's really important for that to happen. And so that was my last learning outcome. My computer's about to die. I need a charger. 2 seconds. Yeah, so that was my last learning outcome. Again, thank you very much to everyone who was helping me throughout this amazing journey. I think what's next for me is there's still going to be a lazy Sunday, so I'm still definitely going to go to that. But in order to conquer my fears of committing to the tackle and getting hurt and hurting other people, I think. First and foremost, I think I need to work on being fearless in terms of not thinking about me getting hurt. And I think the one thing I need to do for that is to start bulking up, building more muscle, because if I view myself as a fortress, right now I have like wooden walls. Me bulking up is the equivalent of building up stone walls and eventually, metal reinforcements and whatever. So I think that's definitely the first step. So I'm probably going to go to the gym a lot more, train more seriously with, for example, Simon and Hero. Hero's at about 75 kilos of pure, hard muscle. And I think I want to get, realistically, ideally I'd want to get to that point. But again, I only have a year and a half until I graduate. So I really want to put myself to work. So off season, I'm going to try and bulk up, build up as much muscle as possible, so that I have less fears of getting hit or getting hurt. yeah, and then I think after that, the my fears of hurting other people will eventually go away with experience, and it's just getting into that mindset before the game, and not letting that adrenaline take control of you in game, because then that affects negatively affects your decision making. But yeah, so first and foremost is bulking up, and I really want to take it as seriously as possible. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna join Hero and Simon. I'm definitely not gonna be lifting the same weights as they do because they're in another league of their own. But I mean, we all gotta start somewhere. Because I've been going to the gym to stay fit, not to build muscle. So the amount of training and the amount of weights I'm sorry, and the amount of time you need to put in is much different if you want to stay fit, uh, uh, um, or if you want to build muscle. So yeah, I'm gonna start there. I'm really gonna put myself completely into it. I'm gonna stay on top of my studies though, because that's also extremely important. But yeah, again, thank you very much, Mr. Jared and Coach Jared and Coach Nathan, everybody in the varsity team. Thank you, Miss Robin, for supervising my cast, and also Quinpla. This has been my final reflection for varsity rugby, and I can't wait to do it again next year. Bye.